Addiction is something so many people in the Northland struggle with.
That's right, but one program in the Northland is helping former addicts get back on the right track to recovery and success.
In Northern News Now's Taryn Simmons shares the stories of those in recovery who are now using their voices to help others get back on the same path.
From a road of drugs and alcohol to the road of success, these students are sharing their stories on graduation day.
People that have been there can help other people that are there.
Becoming a counselor really just puts us in a different spot to be able to help people.
Erica Warren and Heather Young are some of the 20 students graduating Wednesday from the Addiction Studies program at the Minnesota North Mesabi campus in Virginia. The grads, former addicts themselves, are now able to become licensed alcohol and drug counselors.
I think there's nobody better than someone who's been through it to help people that are in addiction.
Rachel Johnson, who was arrested back in 2016 for drug possession of methamphetamine, she says the arrest was eye-opening for her, jump-starting her journey to recovery.
And I did set my time. I ended up being a treatment tech there. So it kind of started my want to help people who are just like me.
Johnson and the other students in the program were able to finish their education with the help of grants from the Minnesota Department of Human Services and the help of teachers who cared, like Mary Kay Rando, who was also a recovering addict.
This is my life's work, and I want everybody to know that you can and will and can succeed, that it can happen, that you can do things, that just because you had this in your past does not mean it has to stay there.
A proud instructor watching her students succeed, becoming future drug and alcohol counselors, making a difference in their communities. In Virginia, I'm Taryn Simmons, Northern News Now.
And huge congratulations to all of our graduates there. Requirements for the students include at least 6 months of recovery and passing a background check.